It's midnight. You wake up, maybe watch a lecture to pass the time, and by 2 in the morning you're back in bed, but your mind is wide awake. You try to force sleep through slow, deep breaths. You shift your hands from your chest to your sides, settling into a perfectly still resting pose, hoping your body takes the hint. This diagram shows the brain's automatic testing sequence. When you stay completely still, the brain sends a sudden urge to your limbs, a command to roll over or scratch an itch, just to see if you're still conscious. By ignoring that urge and staying motionless, you trick your own neurology. The brain assumes you are asleep and initiates the paralysis protocol, locking your muscles down while your mind remains fully aware. Then come the auditory hallucinations. You hear heavy footsteps right outside your bedroom door. Someone is sprinting back and forth across your living room floor. The air feels colder. The physical space of your bedroom begins to mix with the early stages of a dream environment. You try to call out, but your vocal cords are offline. You cannot turn your neck to look at the door. You try to lift your hand to check if your mouth is open, but your limbs are cemented to the mattress. At this point, the instinct to panic is overwhelming. However, maintaining calm, rhythmic breathing signals the brain to complete the transition from the physical room to a full dream simulation. By focusing solely on your breath, the fear dissolves into an intense rushing sensation. A massive, high-speed whooshing sweeps over your entire body. That extreme sensory signal is the definitive marker of a successful transition. It is the moment your conscious mind successfully hacks into a lucid state. Instantly, the dark bedroom is gone. You are now floating hundreds of feet above a sprawling, sunlit university campus. In this new environment, gravity and physical limitations no longer apply. Movement is dictated entirely by conscious will. Moving through this space takes experimentation. You don't naturally fly like a superhero. Instead, you find yourself using a breaststroke, literally swimming through the empty air above the buildings. You glide into one of the campus halls to test the local physics. You open office doors specifically to check the simulated people inside, quickly realizing they are completely blind to your presence. But then you run into a character who feels distinct. Unlike the blank, repetitive extras filling the background, this person gives off the strong impression of being another lucid dreamer. It presents a strange psychological puzzle. Your conscious mind controls the simulation, yet your subconscious still generates strangers with their own apparent agency, turning your mind into a multiplayer universe. Eventually, the simulation starts to break down. You stop to talk to people outside, and as you engaged, the environment begins to wash out. Stanford researcher Stephen LaBerge studied how to prevent this collapse, and his solution is entirely counterintuitive. Staying calm actually accelerates the waking process when a dream destabilizes. Instead, dynamic movement forces the dream to persist. This is the spinning technique. Spinning violently in circles generates massive kinesthetic feedback. This sensory overload renders an entirely new scene, refreshing your lucid state. As a beginner, you might forget to spin and wake up staring at your ceiling. But navigating that transition from your bedroom to the dreamscape is a significant milestone. The heavy pressure often felt on the chest represents the brain's final preparations for rendering a full sensory environment. Leaning into the fear of sleep paralysis rather than fighting it provides a direct path to exploring a world limited only by